What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Dakota. Today is Tuesday, it's 28th of May, 2024, and this is how we traded SPY today on this day after Memorial Day. Hey, first things first, I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day. It's a long weekend for a lot of folks. Obviously, the market was closed, but hopefully everybody gave, remembered those who fought and died for our great country. So there we go, folks. But here we go. So we got pre-market high, 531.25. Pre-market low, 529.86. So right out of the gate, we got $1.25, another $14, almost $1.40, $1.39 from the bottom to the top. And you can see a lot of this happen in early pre-market over here. We just kind of ran around. So I was looking for some levels between my pre-market low and my pre-market high. So I came up, I've got this pre-market double top on the 5-minute right in here that I thought we could use. I've also got 15-minute pre-market support. So this is going to be at least a double bottom right in here. So I found these intermediate targets through here. And then, of course, we got pre-market low. Now, back to the downside. What I'm also looking at is I've got my 30-minute zones down here. So 529.29. I've also got a zone way down here at 527.20. So it's a pretty big range. So we're talking about $2 and $2.09 between these two zones. I needed to find something, so I came up with I've got a 15-minute stair step right here, and then I've got two 5-minute stair steps right in here as well. We can always use these as good areas of support on the way down, resistance on the way back up. So there we go. Those are kind of the levels, that I'm looking for. So here we go. So folks, right out of the gate this morning, we had this double cross. We had look at this, folks. I mean, it was a really, really nice playback to the downside. You could take, again, a death cross to the downside. 920 VWAP and POC. What are we about? Just a couple minutes. So the third candle into the day. First candle, we're talking about 420,000 shares that were traded. And then this, literally a couple minutes into the trading day, again, death cross to the downside, followed by right into this 15-minute pre-market support. So pre-market support, and then you had essentially a golden cross to the upside. 2 minutes later, so I'm thinking, you know what, I'm just going to stay out of this thing. And yeah, we got a really, really nice playback to the downside. So we got 30.13. You got over $1 before this thing finally, kind of stopped out at the bottom. Again, could have had this 5-minute zone as a target. We did test this 9 a couple of different times, test on this shaker outer candle right in here, but we didn't test it or didn't really test the 9 until, I said to myself, I was looking for this 30-minute zone down here. The guys were asking me, what is your preferred play? And I said, what I like to do is I like to take a wick down into a demand zone and then catch it up, catch support, and then catch a fishtail play back to the upside. And we almost got wicked down into that demand zone, but we didn't get there. And then we just kind of floundered for a few minutes and then, ended up taking the loss on this. And then I just kind of watched price action for a little bit. And, we had a little bit of decent price action, but I think objectively price action was really, really bad. You can see this just kind of bounced around, not doing a whole lot, between a couple of different zones. You got this 15-minute pre-market support that we're using as resistance. This zone down here, this 29. So you got 29 through 10, which is a decent zone. You could say it's an 80-cent range, and an 80-cent range. If we know we've got an 80-cent range throughout the day, that's going to be a really, really good day, folks. But plays were slow developing in here. There wasn't a whole lot going on. And, we're talking in the community and it was like, there's just not much going on. So let's talk about the crosses that we had. So we had this initial cross to the upside. So 1 cross, 2 cross, 3, not really a cross here. We got 4, we got 5, we got 6 crosses, 7, we got 8, we got 9, we got 10 crosses, 11 crosses in the first 3.5 hours, folks, 11 crosses. When we have that many 920 crosses, folks, take your right hand, put it on your right butt cheek, and your left hand and your left butt cheek. When you have cross after cross after cross after cross, not, kind of figuring out where to go, leave it alone, folks, leave it alone. Okay, so then we started making, a little bit of movement. Cross to the downside, followed by another cross to the downside, followed by another cross to the downside, folks. This in here would have been a really, really, really nice play. But again, you're thinking, okay, I know I got support down to 529.29. So how much is really there? Maybe 40 cents, 50 cents. And then it finally busted through, got down to that 5-minute zone. So once it started making that lower low over here, literally we were over 4 hours into the trading day. So we got a 6.5-hour trading day. We're 4.5 hours or over 4. We're halfway through, or more than halfway through. Halfway through would be way back here at 12:45. This would be halfway. So we're another hour or so until we get that next play back to the downside. And then even further along right in here, another 30 minutes. So again, we made this lower low, and then we got this cross to the downside, and I said to myself, let's go ahead and take this. I took it off prematurely down here, folks. I absolutely did, and then I waited for kind of a 4-bar play back to the downside, and took another play down here. I was looking for this 527.20, and I should have waited another couple minutes. But again, I took premature profits in here. Kind of a trading error, yeah, no question about that. But it is what it is, folks. It's just absolutely. I mean, we never really tested that 9. This was my target. Let me show you why this 527.20 was my target. And again, let's put it on the 30-minute. Here it is. Here's that target, folks. Right here. Look at this. Look at this level right here. Super, super strong level. Again, 30-minute zone right here. We got just about right to it. Ultimately, I had 524.94 down here as my ultimate target for the downside. Maybe it'll take out that target tomorrow. Maybe it won't. I have no earthly idea. But anyway, this was my ultimate target when we started making these lower lows over in here, because again, you got this super, super strong level, and this is going to be left over from Friday. And this level is going to be left over from last Thursday. So we got this super, super strong demand zone down in here, and then followed by this super, super strong or relatively strong demand zone right there. So that's why this was the target. So folks, remember, use your higher time frames. The higher time frames, the higher the time frame, the stronger the level. There's no question about that, folks. I don't care who you talk to. Nobody can objectively disagree with that statement that the higher the time frame, the stronger the level. And if they disagree with that, they don't know trading. Bottom line. That's my opinion. Always trust your higher time frames. That's why, folks, the market generally speaking works in these 30-minute slices. So if the market works in 30-minute slices, why not use 30-minute zones to determine ultimately where your high level support and resistance, where those levels are? And by doing that, again, you can have really, really good targets throughout the day. Now this play back to the upside. This is really interesting. And again, I've been on the mic all day talking about these plays, talking about the fact that even in through here, people should just leave it alone, folks. Please just leave it alone. One of our members, I said at one point, I said, you know what? This is not a good chart today. And one of the members said, well, I'm going to have to disagree with you. And we were in here. And I said, you can disagree if you want. Just because you're green, that doesn't mean that the chart objectively is a good chart to trade today. And he agreed with that. He agreed. But again, back to the downside. Now, here's what we kind of had going on over in here. I really kind of thought we might be able, this is a pivot point right here, 526.46. And again, this 524.94 down here. Now, when we failed to make it through and get a close down here, we're looking for liquidity at this point, folks. We had a double cross to the upside right here. We had another double cross to the upside here. And I told the group, I said, hey, listen, we're getting ready to have another double cross to the upside, and we failed to make a lower low. So in other words, again, let me go back to this demand zone. I'm going back to this demand zone right here, folks. This is undeniable, folks. Again, this is a 30-minute zone right here. Undeniable demand zone right here. We picked up, in other words, we picked up a bunch of buyers down there. Buyers were defending that position right there. So why would it go lower? You get a little bit of volume that comes in. It says, you know what? It's on sale right here. Let's buy it up. We're going to bid it back up and push it back up. So again, double cross here, double cross here, back to the upside. Take this play. the vast majority of the time. When you fail to get through that demand zone, and it's a strong demand zone, and you get a couple of double crosses to the upside, put on the trade. And again, folks, we're not relying on a single trade, but rather a series of trades over time to make it as a trader. And again, it was a really nice to play to the upside. I was shooting for this 5-minute zone up here, but didn't want to give it too much grace, only because it's late in the day. You know, at this point in the day, we're just getting into the power hour. So I thought, you know what, those pullbacks really hurt you. And a couple minutes later, we breached that 9 back to the downside. Yeah, I could have held a little bit longer and gone up to a couple of different zones. But probably would have lost value in that play because you have theta, which is the time decay of money. But folks, that is how she played out today. So nothing else for the rest of the day. It was a green 350 candle right in here, but I said to myself, just be done for the day. So there it is, folks. That's how she played out today. Now, if you enjoy our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day and sometimes on the weekend. We didn't do it on Friday. It was pretty late on Friday, and then obviously nothing yesterday, and didn't do any strategy or psychology videos this weekend. But please go ahead and give us a like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. We always appreciate the comments, and share it with your friends. Now, if you're interested in live daily trading, so every single day, folks, every single day, head on over to our live trading Discord. It's called Trading Decoded. The link for that is down below. So right up here, folks, right up here, Trading Decoded is right here, folks. That's the one you want to go to. And again, this one and the link down here. So you want to check those out, folks. Check those out. Now, if you're interested in learning more about the 920 strategy, head on over to 920trading.com. All of the information about this entire strategy is there, folks. It's all there. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a strategy that it might work for you. It might not work for you. But, you know, ultimately, you don't need to do that, folks. Everything about this specific strategy is laid out from A to Z. It's all there. You have a question, send me an email. Send me an email or leave me a comment. I respond to every single email, and I respond to every single comment. So please go check it out, 920trading.com. But again, that's how she played out today, folks. So, you know, again, I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day and a good Memorial Day weekend. I hope everybody had a great day today, but I think above all else, I hope you followed your trading plan today. So we're gonna trade again tomorrow, folks. We're going to do a video again tomorrow. So I hope everybody has a great rest of the day, and you guys know we will see you in the markets.